It is often said that if you ever find yourself in a situation where you must choose between being right and being kind, choose kindness. At first, this sounds simple, feels like a beautiful quote that belongs on a wall or inside a book. But when life truly tests us, we realize that choosing kindness is not always easy. In fact, sometimes it is the hardest thing we can do. When someone hurts us, when someone misunderstands us, or when someone treats us unfairly, our natural reaction is to protect our pride. We want to prove that we are right. We want justice. We want the other person to realize their mistake. And sometimes we even want them to feel the same pain that we felt. In those moments, kindness feels distant. Yet that is exactly where the real challenge of kindness begins. True kindness is not tested when everything is going well. It is tested when our patience is running thin, when our emotions are heavy, and when our hearts feel wounded. It is easy to be kind to those who agree with us. It is easy to be kind to those who praise us. But to show kindness toward someone who has wronged us, that is a different level of strength. Imagine being able to look at someone who disappointed you and sincerely wish them well. Imagine being able to say, "I hope life treats you kindly," and actually mean those words. That kind of generosity of the heart is rare, but it is also incredibly powerful. Kindness does not mean weakness. It does not mean allowing people to walk over you. Kindness simply means that you choose compassion over bitterness. It means that you refuse to let negativity change the goodness within you. Kindness costs nothing. It requires no wealth, no special status, and no grand stage. Yet its impact can travel further than we ever imagined. It is a language that cannot always be heard, but it is always seen. It is always felt. Think about the small moments in everyday life that quietly carry kindness within them. A child runs up to you with a drawing they proudly made. The lines may be uneven and the colors may spill outside the borders, but the joy in their eyes is pure. When you smile, place a gentle hand on their shoulder and tell them their artwork is beautiful. That moment becomes an act of kindness. You may forget it later, but that child might remember that encouragement for years. Kindness also appears in the silent moments that nobody sees. When you close your eyes and pray for someone's happiness, when you hope that life becomes easier for them, when you wish them strength and peace even though they may never know about your prayer, that is kindness. It is kindness that exists quietly inside the heart. Kindness can be found in the simplest daily routines, feeding stray dogs or stray cats that wander through your street, leaving a small bowl of water outside on a hot day, scattering grains for birds on your rooftop every morning so they have something to eat. These small gestures may seem insignificant in the larger picture of the world, but to those tiny lives they mean comfort, care, and survival. Kindness also appears in moments of human connection that many people overlook. A delivery worker arrives at your door after riding through traffic and weather to bring you your food. Most people simply take the package and close the door. But when you look at that person and ask, "Have you eaten today?" When you offer them a glass of water or share a little food, you remind them that they are not invisible. You remind them that someone sees them as a fellow human being. These are not grand heroic acts that make headlines. They are small gestures that quietly carry warmth into the world. Many people believe that in order to change the world, they must do something extraordinary. They imagine massive achievements, revolutionary inventions, or historic accomplishments. But the truth is that the world is often changed by the smallest acts repeated consistently. A smile given to a stranger, a patient response instead of an angry one, a helping hand offered without being asked to, forgiving heart when it would have been easier to hold a grudge. We may not have the opportunity to perform great deeds every day, but every single day we are given dozens of opportunities to perform small acts of kindness. When those moments are embraced with sincerity and devotion, they slowly shape the kind of person we become. Kindness is not about receiving recognition. It is not about applause or admiration. It is not about collecting praise or building a reputation. True kindness is practiced quietly, often without anyone noticing. It is done simply because it reflects who we are. Every act of kindness is like a tiny seed planted into the soil of the world. At first it seems invisible. Nothing dramatic appears to happen, but over time those seeds grow into something meaningful. They create an environment where compassion becomes stronger than indifference. One day, when you look back at your life, you might not remember every achievement or every possession you collected, but you will remember the moments when you made someone feel seen, valued, and supported. You will remember the times when your presence made someone's difficult day a little lighter. You will remember the warmth that came from helping someone without expecting anything in return. Those small moments will stand out like bright milestones along the road of your life. In a world that constantly pushes people to compete, to judge, and to compare, kindness becomes a quiet rebellion. It becomes a choice to rise above negativity. Imagine a world where people judged a little less and understood a little more. Imagine conversations where people listened before reacting. Imagine communities where encouragement replaced criticism. Truth is that the world does not necessarily need more intelligence, more wealth, or more power. What the world desperately needs is more kindness. Kindness has the ability to soften hearts that have grown hard from disappointment. It has the ability to calm conflicts that might otherwise grow into hostility. It has the ability to remind people that humanity is still alive within us. The beautiful thing about kindness is that it multiplies. When someone receives genuine kindness, they often feel inspired to pass it on. One compassionate gesture can create a chain reaction that touches dozens of lives. A single moment of generosity can travel far beyond its original intention. Kindness also changes the person who gives it. It strengthens empathy. It expands patience. It reminds us that every human being is carrying their own struggles, their own worries, and their own silent battles. When we practice kindness regularly, we begin to see the world differently. We become less focused on winning arguments and more focused on understanding people. We become less concerned with proving ourselves right and more concerned with doing what is right. Kindness reshapes our perspective. It teaches us that life is not simply about personal success. It is also about the positive impact we leave behind in the lives of others. There is an important truth to remember. We do not need to become kind because kindness already exists within us. Every human being is born with the ability to care, to empathize, and to help. Sometimes life's experiences bury that instinct under layers of frustration or disappointment, but it never truly disappears. All we need to do is remind ourselves of it every day. Remind yourself that you have the power to brighten someone's day with a simple word. Remind yourself that patience can prevent unnecessary hurt. Remind yourself that compassion can turn ordinary moments into meaningful ones. As the days pass and the years move forward, those small acts will slowly build the story of your life. One day you may look back and realize that the greatest achievements were not the loudest ones. They were the quiet moments when you chose kindness even when it would have been easier to choose something else. In a world where we can become almost anything we desire, there is one choice that will never lose its value. We can choose to be kind. We can choose to be generous. We can choose to support one another rather than tear each other down. Because in the end, a little less judgment and a little more kindness may be exactly what this world needs to become a better place for all of us. So wherever you go and whoever you meet, carry kindness with you. Let it guide your words. Let it shape your actions. Let it remind others that compassion still exists. And when kindness becomes the motto of your life, you will discover something beautiful. You will never regret the moments when you chose to care,